three things when I sat there and I came back to the States and I started to think, okay, how did I achieve my dream at such a young age? How did I make that happen? And I sat there with a piece of paper and I thought of three concepts. Number one, I knew at a really, really young age what I wanted to do. I had clarity, right? Clarity is power. Clarity is knowing what you want. It's that simple. There's a book out there, there's an author, his name is Malcolm Gladwell. He has some interesting things to say. One of the things he says in his books is he talks about the 10,000 hour rule. And the 10,000 hour rule basically says that anything you do for 10,000 hours makes you a genius, makes you an expert in whatever arena you're in. And then what he did was he started to go back and trace some of the most successful people in our society, and he realized that there was one common denominator with all these people. They all started doing and moving forward with their careers at a really, really young age. The sooner you figure that out, the better off you're going to be. So clarity is super important. Number two is something that without it you can't succeed, and it's discipline. I have yet to see a successful person that is not disciplined. Okay, discipline is one of the most important components. What does that look like for you guys? That means creating habits, right? Discipline, you're either wired like that or you're not, but you can still learn to be disciplined. You can still create successful habits for yourself. And then number three is consistency, which sounds a lot like discipline, but it's not. Consistency is being able to stay on track regardless of what happens. You guys are all young. Some of you have already experienced failures. Guess what? You're going to experience some more. And guess what? You're going to experience some rejection. People that tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. And there's something beautiful that when you have that clarity, that thing in here that tells you this is what you're meant to do, listen to that little voice, and pursue that no matter what happens, no matter what it takes. That consistency, had I had that consistency, I probably would have stayed playing soccer for another 10 years. But I hit a wall. I went from playing in Europe, which is one of the best leagues, to going to Mexico, which is a good league, but it's not as good. And things started to happen there, and it got a little tricky for me. And I put my hands up, and I basically gave up, came back to pursue an education, which is fine, but I left my dream behind. So I don't want to see that happen to you guys. And so when things get really, really hard, you continue to push forward. That's consistency. You guys are all smart. You have amazing futures in front of you. What's going to dictate if you go above the bar is if you have that clarity, you know what you want, that discipline, those habits that you do every day, rain or shine, and that consistency that says, I'm going to continue to move forward regardless of whatever anyone says. Sound good? You guys get that? So clarity, discipline, and consistency will make you go really, really far in life. Work hard and stay consistent. Thank you, guys.